Hello, welcome to this weather update. It's about 9:30 on June the 16th, and dealing with a period of rain today. But the severe weather stayed off to the south. This is the satellite image. You can see this low here, and you can see looks like some more rain showers and convection going on from the comet head of it right here. You can see lots of severe weather popping up off to the south. You can clearly see that on the satellite. We did get some rain. You can also see plenty of smoke around. This looks all pretty hazy right here. So first we'll start off with our area and the conditions outside right now. Let's go to the weather and hazards map. And there's a lot of severe weather and extreme heat in Texas. We'll get to that as well. But let's first talk about, see some air quality alerts already. So it's a hint of things to come. I think we're going to be dealing with some more smoke this weekend. So let's go take a look at what we got outside. And, of course, it's generally 63 at Islip, 64 in Farmingdale. But in the alley, it's still near 70. So, not cooling off there at all. It's even cooler at LaGuardia than it is at the alley. 66, you can see we got an easterly wind. Still kind of humid out there. What are the dew points? Yeah, a little bit humid. Dew points in the around 60 degrees, upper 50s to around 60. Generally, temperatures are in the 60s. When that rain came, it really cooled things off. Before the rain came, it was pretty warm. So I'll show you what the day was like at Islip. And you'll see here, before the rain came, we were in the close to 80 degrees, 79 degrees at Islip with light southwesterly winds. Might have been even warmer here. You can see dew points weren't all that high, but when the rain came, the temperatures dropped. And we did have some heavy rain. And it looks like there was thunder reported as well with these rain showers. At least they gave us a beneficial rain, although the timing was pretty bad in the middle of the afternoon, unfortunately. So let's go look at the highs and the rainfall amounts. So first start with the high temperatures. And you can see temperatures generally around 80 degrees, pretty much most locations. Even the East End got well into the upper 70s. 79 in Jersey there, and that's where they had the severe weather. 81 in around 78, around 81, 82 at LaGuardia, 83 at Carl Place. Man, yeah, so my area was kind of warm. Yeah, go figure. It was even warmer than... What the hell was that? Somebody's shooting off fireworks. I started the loudest, unbelievable. I don't know why they're shooting off fireworks. Well, July 4th is not that far away, I guess. Let's go to lows. And the lows, 50 degrees at us. So you get some radiation cooling at West Hampton. 57 at Islip for a low. The city holding on to the heat a little more. 64, obviously. And mid-50s in Jersey. There. I mean, that was loud. But anyway, people just shoot off fireworks. That's what they do. Let's look at the rainfall amounts, and we'll 24-hour rainfall amounts here. We'll look at it. And Long Island, around another quarter of an inch. Not quite as much out east. They got a little more in Jersey, so around another quarter of an inch around. Quarter of an inch for the East End. Long Island generally seeing around that amount. Yeah, quarter of an inch. And we had that period of rain come through. Nassau actually a little under a quarter of an inch. The city around a little just shy of a quarter of an inch. Making your way into Jersey. Looks like they're getting a little more. Central Jersey, clicking closer to a half inch. And looking over here at Toms River itself, only 0.28, interestingly enough. But some of the other sites there, 0.48, 0.90. The further south you go, I think the more rain. Yeah, here you go. As you get into Southern Ocean County, now you're talking over an inch of rain. This is a good beneficial rain to reduce the wildfire risk. Yeah. Hamilton, 1.15. Atlantic City, Pleasantville, 1.20. So, they got a little more in the way of rain. Southern Jersey, definitely from these storms. Further north, you go into Central Jersey, not quite as much, but still a decent amount. Around a half an inch is pretty decent, considering. We can look at north of the city as well. And it looks like they got some rain, too, as well. Hudson Valley, around quarter of an inch. We can also look at Wonder Map as well. And we'll go to the precipitation amounts here. See 0.22, 0.26, 0.35, 0.31, 0.2, 0.38, 0.53, 0.52, 0.55, 0.62 in Manchester. This is good. Middle of the Pine Barrens, they got around a half an inch. Some areas got a little more. So they got a decent amount in their Pine Barrens in New Jersey. Yeah, they all did pretty well, I'll say. So they did pretty well there. And then as you get further south, over an inch. Some places like Little Egg Harbor. Oh, yeah, this is great. This is good for the... This will get rid of the fire risk, I think, once and for all. You don't see any stations here just because it's the Pine Barrens, but you can generally assume that they got between a half to a little over an inch of rain in much of the New Jersey Pine Barrens, whereas out east on our Pine Barrens, yeah, not quite as much. 0.4, 0.35. It's enough. 0.36 in Lake Panamoka. It's enough to, keep the risk down for fires. So, speaking of that, let's go and look at some more satellite imagery. Let's go to the MODIS satellite. It'll be next. And you'll see, again, here's all that. Now, you see some clear air over here in Quebec and Ontario. I see some clear air. I also see some wildfires still burning as well. These are in Quebec, and these could flare up again because we're going to have more heat coming into Canada, and I'm concerned about that. And then looks like we've got a lot of fires now going on in Ontario. Yeah, Ontario's now taking the lead, it seems. We have a lot of fires going in Ontario, and that's getting pulled down, and you can see the smoke getting pulled down all the way through the Great Lakes into our area. So expect smoke this weekend. Though News 12 didn't bring it up, not surprisingly. I see plenty of fires burning here in Ontario, and let's not forget we still have those going on. And now it looks like there's some clouds and maybe some rain over those wildfires, but it's not going to be enough to stop them, I think. So we're going to be dealing with more smoke this weekend. And of course, no News 12 weather. They shouldn't bring it up at all. But I think we're going to be dealing with some haze due to the smoke. They did bring it up yesterday because Addison Green did the weather. The preppy blonde wasn't there, but today she was back, and she just doesn't care. She's from Long Beach. She's one of them. So anyway, had a lot of storminess over the country. So let's take that weather and hazards map. I think I closed it up. Did I? I think I did. All right. Because we had a lot of heat advisories in the south, and as well as severe weather, and it's not good because there's a lot of power outages going on right now in the south. Texas, lots. It's mainly the northeastern part of the state that got hit very hard, and some of these counties have near total power outages due to very strong straight line winds and some tornadoes. Louisiana too, northeastern Louisiana really dealing with a lot of power outages, and that's not good with the heat coming down there. Mississippi as well dealing with quite a few power outages. Look at this. So they got pounded by the storms. And even Alabama, seeing some outages here in western Alabama. And Florida Panhandle still dealing with some from the storminess a couple of days ago. And Virginia. Looks like they dealt with some pretty bad. Petersburg especially. So some of these may have some pretty bad damage. Jersey, not too bad. Like I said, we kind of escaped the worst of it even though we had the severe weather in Jersey, and there was severe weather, and we're going to actually go and look at that right now. We go to the radar here in a moment. So let's look at this radar here, and we're going to rewind the radar to this afternoon when the line approached. All right, so this is the line right here. You can see it moving out. You can see it's almost like a mesoscale convective complex, and there were severe thunderstorm warnings for pretty much most all of New Jersey south of the Raritan. And there were even a few brief tornado warnings as well with this line. This is 1 o'clock, and you can see 1:30. Here it is, moving very quickly. That's the reason why the rainfall amounts weren't that high, because the line was moving quick. But the rain was very heavy. Here we are approaching 1:30 in Toms River. It's moving into Toms River. 2 o'clock. You can see it's in Toms River. And then it moves offshore And we get into the rain part of it, but we didn't really get any thunder or lightning from it. You can see, yeah, it does linger a little more on the southern part. It'll slow down a little bit over there, and then that we just get the rain from it. We just got a steady rain from it, moving over Long Island in the afternoon. And then it moved out of here by 4 o'clock in Nassau, and then it kind of lingered in Suffolk a little to like 5 or 6. I was surprised. It looked like it lingered a little more in Suffolk. You'd think those rainfall amounts would have been a little higher, but no, they weren't. So let's go back to the weather service here, and we'll actually see if there are any storm reports from these storms that occurred. You can see, oh, we have a confirmed tornado. Okay, so there was actually a tornado from this line. So here we go. There was a tornado, June 16th tornado event. A line of thunderstorms produced a brief tornado in central Burlington County, New Jersey. It was the EF0, 80-mile-an-hour winds. It was on the ground, though, for 3.4 miles, and its path width was 200 yards. And this happened in Pemberton. It was an EF0. It began in Southampton Township near Burrs Hill Mill Road, south of Ongs Hat Road, where some minor tree damage occurred. So it hit the Pine Barrens, basically. Tornado continued east through a sparsely populated area. It crossed Ongs Hat Road and Stockton Bridge Road, where some additional minor tree damage occurred. A tree was found uprooted, having fallen toward the west on Stockton Bridge Road. This was the area where the tornado reached its maximum width of 200 yards. A tree was uprooted at a residence on Ongs Hat Road. Then the tornado moved into a wooded wetland where some more minor tree damage occurred, and downed limbs were found in a nature preserve along Jade Road. This happened in the Pine Barrens. Tornado continued east, coursing Magnolia Road, where several large tree limbs were down and a softwood tree uprooted. The tornado crossed the road and continued eastward, largely paralleling Sheep Pen Hill Road. The tornado uprooted a few trees and downed several large tree limbs along the edge of a wooded area to the north of the road and a large blueberry field to the south. A tree fell onto a power line near the bend in the road. The tornado dissipated as it moved through another blueberry field and into a wooded area. So, we're going to pull up maps. Yeah, let's look at this area here. I wasn't expecting to go over tornado, but you never know. All right, we're going to find Ongs Hat Road here. And I'll just show you the general area it hit. All right, so, yep, here we go. This is Ongs Hat Road right here. This is in the Pine Barrens here. Stockton Bridge Road. This is exactly the area it happened. Right over here. It's on the edge of the Pine Barrens. But these are the Pine Barrens over here. They start right over here. So this is around where it happened. And looking at it, it's not too piney here, but like I said, it's on the edge of the Pine Barrens. And from once you go east of here, you're in the Pine Barrens, basically. So this is around where it happened. Luckily, a lightly populated area, so it didn't cause too much damage, luckily. But yeah, that's I was not expecting that, because I saw the tornado warning flash briefly on the radar. This is the Twitter message here about the tornadoes. This is a map of where it happened. Yep, pretty much the area I showed you right here. So it went right through this area right here. So right in this area right here. So mostly wetlands over here, but there are some Pine Barrens, and this is the bogs right here. And if you go over here, you'll see there are some Pine Barrens over here. So yeah, this is the Pine Barrens. This is where it starts, right around over here. The New Jersey pinelands are very vast. Pinelands, they like to call them pinelands, not Pine Barrens. I think that actually is a better word. But yeah, you can see these are some bogs over here off to the south. So this is around where it hit, right over here. So luckily, it hit in a lightly populated area, so it didn't cause too much damage. There's the map right there. So wow, tornado. Wow, that's interesting. So they did have a tornado. And they confirmed it pretty quickly, too, as well, with these storms. And you can see lots of marine warnings issued, storm damage surveys, and we can go into the storm reports. You do that. And you see there's the air quality alert as well for Pennsylvania. So let's... Oh, darn it, I got that allergy attack again. I got to get through this. It's ridiculous. It's like a post-nasal drip, and it just burns your throat. It's horrible. And this is, again, the severe thunderstorm warning that was issued. So let's go to the climate. I wish they would just have the link. It's annoying that I got to go through this whole thing. They don't put the link up. Local storm report. Let's see. This is the tornado, right? See if we can go. See if there were some others. See, these are the other damages that happened. Thunderstorm wind damage in Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania lightning, mostly Pennsylvania. Hail being reported there. 1 inch. 1 inch tree limbs broken. Banged Salem and Bucks County. Lightning striking a building. Well, so these were some pretty impressive storms here. But they generally weakened, I think, once they got further east into Ocean County. And they got that marine influence, probably weakened them a little bit. But, yeah, a very active day. And then, of course, we have the activity that happened all over the south with that as well. So go to the weather and hazards here, which we'll do. Pull it up again. Again, you can see we have more severe weather going on. It looks like severe thunderstorm watch in Kansas and Colorado. And it looks like we have one active tornado warning as well. This is out of Pueblo, Colorado, of all places. And then you see red flag warnings in effect for much of New Mexico into parts of Arizona. And then we have this heat advisory here, excessive heat warning for Texas. And this is it's going to get very, very hot there. That's the problem with the power out in some of those areas. You can see already it's 90 degrees there, and the dew point is 79 at Brenham Municipal Airport. That's unbelievable. So it's very hot. It's very humid. So temperatures got up to near 100 degrees, and the dew points were in the upper 70s. That's dangerous kind of heat there. That's unimaginable, and especially if the power is out. That's just really just dangerous. And it looks like we have some more thunderstorm warnings too going. Severe thunderstorm warnings as well going in Texas. So a lot of the south is really getting a lot of bad weather. We've got numerous severe thunderstorm warnings in Arkansas. So let's just look at the radar next. Let's go to the radar. So there's a lot to talk about here. So have mostly the rain up in the northeast there. Some more severe storms over in southern Delmarva. And this is the severe weather that's occurring in the south right now. This is probably what caused the power outages that we're looking at on the map. See Alabama into Mississippi getting some thunderstorms. And also around Texas, you can see some scattered cells as well over there. And then we go further north into Colorado, around Colorado Springs. We got a lot of severe thunderstorm weather in Colorado as well, going into Kansas as well. So a lot of thunderstorm activity ramping up. Let's go to the lightning, and obviously nothing going on in our area, but if we go over here, actually off the coast, there's a lot going on. This. But looking here, you'll see lots of lightning here in Mississippi, and yeah, there's quite a bit of lightning going off here. Yeah, the thing can't even keep up. These storms are very active. Not surprising given that really hot, humid air mass is fueling these storms. And then you have some going on in Texas, Colorado. Not quite as much over there, but still, it's more of a tornadic element over there. And then we have all this activity over here. So let's go back to the satellite. This is our storm right here. And again, you can see this all flaring up. And if I put this, can actually put this, the GLM flash intensity, and we keep the lightning on here. You'll see all the lightning that occurred. There's all the lightning. It's over Jersey. And you'll see this thing as soon as it loads. We'll be able to let's look at all the lightning going on offshore. Quite a bit of it offshore. And you can see it's continuing into this evening. There's a lot of lightning going off over there. So you have warmer than normal ocean temperatures. And that's going to help trigger the lightning. Let's look at a few more satellite loops of the smoke. We'll go to just the east CONUS view here. And we'll show you the smoke again. You can see the smoke that's coming down toward us. So you can clearly see we're going to be dealing with some more smoke again, for sure. And again, there's that severe weather popping up. Here you go in the south, and in Texas, and in Colorado over here. So a lot of activity going on tonight. So let's go to the models as we head into tomorrow. And you see this is the low that's moving away. It's going to slowly move away tomorrow. We're still going to be in a cyclonic flow, so there could still be the chance of a shower or thunderstorm. However, isolated, not as widespread. of a rain event as we had today. That low kind of just takes its sweet time, still sitting in the Gulf of Maine Sunday, and then we go out to Monday, and you can still see a little bit of instability, shower activity. But Sunday and Monday will be drier. I don't think we'll see much rain chances. It looks like there's something else forming over there. And then as we go into next week, this is where some of the models differentiate here. So you have a high pressure that builds over us for much of next week into next weekend. Keeps us dry, keeps that moisture off to the south. However, if we look at the European, that's the GFS's solution, but the European's a little different. And European, all right, that's as far as the 18Z goes out. But the European does build that high, but it's much weaker and eventually brings that moisture up and gives us a lot of rain next weekend. Hopefully the European is not right with that. We'll have to see. The European's track record, not very good. So I have doubts that it will be right on that. I think hopefully we'll have that high build in because we don't want a rainy weekend. We don't want that. I mean, we're getting enough rain now. I think we're kind of out of the fire danger woods, so to speak. So let's go to the temperatures chart here. And I just want to put the temperatures up here and show you the heat, again, that's going to be going on. You can also look in Canada, too. You'll also see some of it here. You'll see the heat going on in Texas. Look at that, near 100 tomorrow again as well. And then that continues for Sunday as well. So it's going to be really brutal in all of Texas. Triple digits. It's going to be very, very hot weather. That's going to. You can see how far the warmth is going up into Canada as well. If I take this into the North American view, you'll see that warmth goes way up, 80s, almost this far north. Insane. So expect more wildfires. Expect more wildfires. That's going to be a real concern of mine. And we'll take this a little further into next week, and you'll see that heat just continues to stay in the middle. Texas really just blazing hundreds, and here we are again, still dealing with very hot weather in Canada, and we're very concerned about wildfire risk because if we look at the dew points, which we'll put that on this. Oh, we can't pull the dew points up on this one, can we? No, we can't. We can do is. Yeah, we can't pull the dew points up. I have to go to the CONUS view for that. So if we look at the dew points, it does show some humidity at least, so maybe that'll help. But I don't know. I don't think it will personally. But you see, look at how high that humidity is in Texas. So just visualizing that we have that omega pattern continuing this week with, again, the middle, bridge in the middle, little trough in the east, trough in the west. Just continuing along pretty much. So let's go to the, and also, let's just pull this off here to North America. I'll just look at precipitation as well, because you'll see not much rain. It looks like it is showing some rain actually way up north, but you notice this part of Canada, Ontario, is dry. So my prediction is Ontario is going to be the next spot that's going to see a lot of fires. So let's go to the northeast now. Should have enough of the full HRRR in to go to. Obviously, we're not going to see too much more rainfall, but let's move this back to the 0Z run. And this will show, again, the rainfall out. You'll see most of the rainfall is going to be in Maine, northern New England, upstate New York. They're going to have another washout of a weekend. But for us, I think we'll be okay. So here we go on the HRRR, and I think we're kind of done with it. And tomorrow, it's just going to be very, very scattered activity. HRRR, the NAM's a little more aggressive with it, but very, very scattered activity. It has a low a little further off to the east, and that'll keep us in scattered activity. Northwest flow, obviously, you see the way the isobars are oriented. Dew points and wind flow. Here we are, and you'll see, again, those dew points come down a little more tomorrow. You'll see, especially toward the afternoon, they come down. Get drier air building in. Dew points drop into the 40s. You start off with a little more humidity, and then we have drier air building in, northwest winds. No sea breezes tomorrow. And Sunday, probably a similar deal. Maybe there'll be a little sea breeze in the afternoon. Dew points a little higher, but generally speaking, we're going to have northwest winds. Your air temperatures, you'll see 70s generally for tomorrow. Mid to upper 70s, maybe close to 80 in some spots. Won't drop off all that much tonight. Probably lows around 60. Tomorrow night, it probably will a little more. We'll probably see mid to upper 50s to near around 60. And then Sunday, maybe a little bit warmer, maybe 75 to 80 degrees. You see that heat building off to the south there. All right. So let's go to the GFS so we could just take you out through Monday here. Show you our dew points and wind flow. And you'll see I'm pretty sure we stay in that you can see that influence. Yeah, the winds become more easterly on Monday, so Monday might be just a little bit cooler. Mid 70s that day. As far as rain chances go, not many. No, it doesn't look that impressive. Even if you look at the GFS tomorrow, it looks pretty dry. I mean, it's going to be very isolated. You can look at the NAM as well. The NAM's obviously going to be a little more aggressive with the rainfall development tomorrow, but it's very, even the NAM has dialed it back. Just very isolated showers and maybe a thunderstorm. It looks like more likely east end versus anywhere else. So let's look at the skies, and this obviously is the clouds. This is not going to be covering the smoke. Tomorrow, it's actually showing a good amount of sunshine for a little bit before the clouds build up. So maybe a couple of hours of sunshine in the late morning hours, and then clouds will build up later on. This is the NAM. And then for Sunday looks like maybe the sunnier of the 2 days. Less clouds, some more clouds building in the afternoon. Look at the RGEM model here, and again showing you tomorrow we'll see more clouds, though it's showing less clouds over Jersey. I still think there'll be a decent amount of cumulus around. Partly sunny, say, and then of course we have to look at the smoke. Less on Sunday. I think we'll have less clouds on Sunday. However, I think we could be dealing with smoke again. And Monday also showing a decent amount of sunshine. But again, we've got to look at the smoke, and that's what we're going to do next. So let's go to the RAP. I've got the full 21Z run here. We're going to run the vertically integrated smoke, and we're going to also look at the HRRR as well on this. So here you go. This is going in. So now we are into tomorrow. You'll see some smoke around, nothing too dense. And now as we get into Sunday, it looks like it really tries to clear the smoke out on this run. So that Sunday could be a very nice day. Perhaps tomorrow I think we're still going to be dealing with some smoke, but Sunday maybe not. And then we can look at the near surface smoke as well. This is the near surface smoke, so I think we will be dealing with some of that smoke tomorrow. You'll see some haze and maybe even smell a little because it is showing some near surface smoke, but it looks like Sunday we get rid of it. So maybe we can have some blue skies on Sunday for Father's Day. That would be nice. That's one smoke model, and now we'll run this one as well. This is the HRRR model. We'll wait for that to load. And it doesn't want to load. Oh, here we go. So this is the HRRR, and you can see this is the vertically integrated smoke, and you can see it looks like it's showing a decent amount. Here we are. This is you can see Sunday, definitely improving Sunday, but tomorrow I think there'll be some smoke around. I think it'll be hazy, and then even and then we can also do the near surface smoke as well, and I think we'll see a little bit of that too. This is what Minneapolis was dealing with the other day, so it's what's heading our way for tomorrow. I think it'll be wrapping around that low. Here's the near surface smoke, and you can see definitely some near surface smoke. Yep, there it is for tomorrow, 617. Could be smelling it pretty strongly, and then by Sunday it really just clears on out of here. So definitely improving conditions. Sunday should be a nice day, and maybe we'll actually see the blue sky. Maybe we'll actually see some blue sky for a change. That would be absolutely wonderful. I would absolutely love that. You know, it's something I really miss. So this, of course, is the weather map, which I meant to show you at the beginning. You'll see here, there's that low, and then you see it moving off, and then moving away, and still kind of painting us in shower chances. I think they're being a little too aggressive with that. Let's go to the Storm Prediction Center. This is what's going on in the south. You see the slight risk there, though. Again, having quite a bit. Even though it says slight, those storms look pretty bad. All right. Moving along to day 2. Day 2, we've got an enhanced risk now in Texas. So there's an enhanced risk in Texas. That's something we're going to have to really watch out for because that could bring us, again, some really severe weather tomorrow. So tomorrow looks like a pretty active day as well. And again, this is going to be active. the day 2 outlook for today. Actually, it says day 2, and then we go to day 3, and still slight risk. So, still seeing a lot of severe weather in the south. That's something that we're going to have to, keep an eye on. You can still see it's got that thunderstorm risk over us as well. But tomorrow looks like another active day with the storms. So I think that is going to wrap it up pretty much. I want to look at the sea surface temperatures offshore for a little bit and look at the anomalies and see how we're doing here. Sea surface temperature anomalies. Luckily, they're not too bad because it hasn't been as hot, so the anomalies aren't too bad. But you'll start to see that El Nino. Here's the El Nino right here. Pretty well defined starting. So anyway, I think that's going to wrap up this weather update. And again, so expect some smoke around tomorrow. I think Sunday will be better, but I see plenty of it here on the satellite. But maybe if we can get into this air over here, maybe we can get rid of the smoke. It's interesting. What is this brown stuff on the ice? That's soot. That's what that is. You have to wonder if some of this smoke is going to make it to Greenland and help melt the ice sheet too. That's another thing. But we'll talk more about that as far as more about the smoke on Sunday. Tomorrow, maybe I'll do a weather update tomorrow. I think we're going to have to because of all the activity going on. So that's going to be it for this weather update. Have a good night.